In this video, we will solve a system of equations that has three variables. In order to do this, we're going to take equation number 1 and equation number 2 and work with those two first. So let's start with 2x minus y, which is equation number 1, plus c equals 4, and equation number 2. And we're going to do elimination on all these throughout this whole process. So in order to do this one, I need to multiply everything here by -2. So that'll give me a -2x here, a -6, make this a +2z, and then make the 11 a -22. This will make 0 for the x, which, remember, the process of elimination is to get rid of a variable. And in that, when I subtract 2x minus 2x, I will get 0. And that's my goal, is to make a 0. The y's are going to make a 7y. And the z's will make 3z. And then -22 plus the 4 will make a -18. Now let's do this again, but instead of using equation 1 and 2 like we did before, now let's use equation 2 and 3. It doesn't matter which equations you use, one of them will be used twice. But my goal is to do elimination using 2 equations at a time, but you have to use all 3 equations in this process. So my first thing that I'm doing right now is I'm eliminating the x's. Notice that I eliminated the x's on this first one. Now on the second one, I'm using equation 2 and 3, right? So I'm going to eliminate the x's again. In order to get everything down to a yz where I can solve again, I'm going to have to eliminate just one variable. So don't switch back and forth. Just stay with one variable. And in this case, what I'm doing is in every step 1, which is what I'm doing right now, I'm going to eliminate just the x's. Later on, when you get comfortable, you can eliminate other, you can do whichever one you want first. You can do the y's, the z's, whichever one you want to do first. But it seems easier to tell students just to eliminate the x's first and then the y's, and stick with that process until you become comfortable. So let's do this one on the second portion. So I've used all my equations, 1 and 2, 2 and 3. I'm going to do 2 and 3 right now, which means I'm going to multiply by -4 everywhere, right? So that -4 and 4x makes 0. This -12 plus the 1y is going to make a -11y. This is going to be a +4z, so that's going to make a +3z, and -44. For my next step, step 2, I'm going to eliminate the y's. Okay, so I've already written down the previous equations, and I'm going to figure out which one. So I'm gonna eliminate the y's. Okay, so let's go ahead and multiply by a 11 here. Eleven, and 11. Okay. And then let's multiply it by, how about a -7? Because we know we need to have one negative and one positive. Okay. Now, so this one's going to make -77 right here. And this one's going to make a +77. So this is going to make a 0 for the y. The 33 right here and the -21 is going to make 33 minus 21 will make 12z. And this 18 times 11 is a -198. And this is going to be a +210. If I add those together, that's going to make 12. So z equals 1. Okay, so what I like to do is start creating my answer with z being, remember it's an x, y, z. Okay, and so far z is 1. All right, now I'm going to take and I'm going to go back to my original, or excuse me, the equations that I was using here. It doesn't matter which equation I use, I'm just going to put z into one of these equations. So let's use the -7y plus 3 times z, which is 1, and the 18, -18. So -7y, if I subtract 3 over, I get -21, so y equals 3. So now I'm going to put 3 into my answer here. Okay. Now what I need to do is go back to one of the original equations. In the original equation, let's use the one that was x plus 3y, because I'm trying to solve for x, right? So I'm going to use the easiest equation I see, which is the x where it's by itself. Okay, so now I'm going to plug 3 into the y, and I'm going to plug 1 into the z. I'm going to solve for x. 9 minus 1 is 8. So that makes x equal to 3. And now I have my answer. And that's how you solve a system with 3 variables. Step 1, take 2 equations, eliminate the x's, and then take the other 2 equations. You got to always include all 3 equations. Eliminate the x's. Once you get down to 2 equations, like right here, you can eliminate the y's. And then once you get the answer for z, then you can plug back in, solve for y, and then you can go even backwards even more and solve for x. Okay? Now, you don't have to always do x, y, and z in that order. You can pick whichever is easiest. You can solve for y first, you can solve for z first, it doesn't matter. I just like to recommend that you do that until you get, that you go in order of x, y, z until you get comfortable. However, did you notice that in this one, the 3 z's would have been really easy to eliminate if you'd wanted to do that. Okay, that's it for this video. Please let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.